All right, so in this space is 4,000 square feet of pure studio space. And I'm super excited to bring this here for all of my content creators. My intention with this space is to turn it into an event space, production studio for podcasts, for music videos, for cooking shows. Everything that you can imagine that's gonna be happening production-wise, it's happening here. I am investing a ton of money into this project because I believe in it. And this is something that I'm super excited to bring to Miami. Look, I know there are a ton of studios, so why choose this one? Well, you're gonna see, just give it some time.
So that studio was filmed 2 years ago when this was really just an empty apartment. I had no idea what it would become. I had no idea that we'd be filming with celebrities or that we'd be building out a brand new studio today. And I think that just goes to show the power of a vision and a dream and just taking those first steps and ultimately making the move. Because when you're stuck in fear or indecisiveness and not really doing anything, one thing is guaranteed, and that is that you will stay exactly where you are. In the past 2 years, we've had thousands of podcasters walk through these doors, and something that started as a simple vision became something so much more. We've worked with hundreds of celebrities, we worked with countless influencers and people from all around the world who have come here to use this space. And I could have never imagined that when I filmed that video, when this was just an empty apartment. Now, the studio that you see behind me, this cost a lot. There was a lot of investment that went into the gear, but it didn't start this way. When I first started, I actually had 2 iPhones and an A6400 Sony. I never would have imagined we'd be working with full-blown cinema cameras. And the purpose of all this is not just to boast and tell you everything that we've done and all of our accomplishments, but ultimately to tell you that I never thought that this was gonna be what it is today. And I still don't know what it's gonna be next. But the one thing is for certain, that when you stay where you are in fear and indecision and uncertainty and you don't take the next step, one thing is guaranteed, you will always stay where you are. But when you make the decision to take the next step, to make the move, you never know where it's gonna take you next. All right, guys, so here we are now in the new building, and as you can see around me, there is a lot of chaos happening in every corner of this place. And sometimes that's what our visions look like when they're on the way to being executed. Is it looks chaotic, it looks crazy. Things happen unexpectedly. For instance, you may be wondering why I'm on a cane right now. And the answer is that I broke my back and I'm going into surgery in 2 days. I'm actually leaving tomorrow in order to go into the surgery. That's how things happen. That's how life works. When you are on the path to chasing greatness, things will oftentimes get in the way in order to stop you, in order to test you. And if you can make it through those tests, it's crazy what will happen on the other side of this. So I'm excited to announce that we are currently standing in the new space. And what you might not see is when we first got in here, this was completely empty. It was an open warehouse, completely blank canvas, open floor, no walls, no electric, nothing. And we built all of that. We put up the drywall, we put up the insulation, the electric, everything from top to bottom. And it's not even close to being finished yet. But why don't you come take a look at what I have in the vision. And so here we have 3 distinct studios that we're building out. The first one is envisioned to be a site wall room or an all-white room, cyclorama wall, where we're going to be filming e-com content, doing headshots, all types of photography. Our second and third studios are going to be where the podcasts take place. We built our name by being the #1 podcast studio in the country. I mean, we filmed every celebrity that you can imagine. They've come through our doors, and now we have distinct spaces that will be built specifically with each of them in mind. In fact, all of our clients have given us individual input on how they want the studios to look, and we're keeping all of that in mind with the designers as we prepare to open these spaces. Here we have our offices. In Forrest's office, we have a little cutaway to a server room where we're going to hold our NAS and all of the footage. We also installed Cat6 cable throughout this entire space so that no matter what room you are in throughout the studio, you could drop footage, download footage, and access the footage files immediately. And we have a high-speed internet system installed so that no matter where you are in the world, you can access it, quite frankly. Upstairs, we built an entire floor full of area for storage of our various chairs and equipment and things that we don't typically use on a day-to-day basis, but we need to access every now and then. And so that's what that is upstairs. I'm gonna take you to what I believe our ladies are going to love the most. And that is a bathroom being designed and built for our ladies. This is going to have a wall-in vanity, some lights around the vanity, and a beautiful backdrop piece so that when they're taking their selfies, everyone knows that they're at the move. Now, what I'm currently standing in is our hangout spot. This is the area of the studio where nobody wants to leave, where everybody will be hanging out, getting their coffee, refreshments, and just having great conversations. In this space, we're gonna have a beautiful lounge as well as some co-working desks for some of our most valued employees. And we'll also have some TVs on the wall where you'll be able to actually tune into every single room and listen in on what they're talking about. Now, this is our Hall of Fame, area that I'm super excited about. Here on this wall, we want to to showcase all of their faces because it's just a vibe and it's a source of credibility and social proof that you won't get anywhere else. Because here at the Move Miami, you never know who you might run into, and you never know if your face might just be on this wall. Now let me take you into my favorite room. This is our virtual hybrid event space. In this studio, we'll be able to hold around 120 people to host virtual live events. What does that mean? We're going to have people in the room, but unlimited people over Zoom. A lot of our clients have used our previous studio for hosting webinars, virtual events, high-ticket masterminds, and high-ticket offers in general, where they're pitching to an audience over Zoom via the stage. So in this room, we'll have a beautiful stage here. We're gonna do an LED wall here, similarly to how we have at the current studio. The only difference is this one can hold a lot more people. It has a dedicated bathroom. We're building a kitchen, and this one actually has a garage door that opens up, and you could actually drive a vehicle in here as well if we want to get creative. If you haven't met him, Forrest Knight is my Chief Operations Officer, and he's been along with me for this journey.
So my job here, Drew brought me in really to help initially kind of stabilize the business, help with operations a bit. But our vision for the business is a lot bigger than just podcasts. So a part of what you're seeing here with all the hurdles and the struggles even that we're going through, this space is gonna be the foundation for so many new things, right? So obviously we're gonna continue to do the best podcast. One of the things that I'm really excited about is the opportunity to use my tech background, right? Build really cool products from an engineering perspective that help serve us and other people in our business, our clients as well. Masterminds, right? Bringing people together, community, having a long-lasting impact. It's really cool to be famous online. It's really nice to actually meet people in person, commune together, break bread together, just impact each other, right? A lot of the times when I meet our clients, even though we're serving them, we end up learning something. So it's really reciprocal, and I'm excited. There's so many questions, by the way, that I do not have the answer to. This is probably the biggest period of growth for both of us right now. Everything's way over budget, but we're gonna get it done. We're gonna continue to push the envelope in offering new products and services right around our core business, podcast production, creating media and content. But even just using myself as an example, right? I'm a day trader. I have a YouTube channel, right? That's a funnel, right? I need a way to get my audience to my product so that they can learn the things that I want to teach them. So there's branding, there's copywriting, there's all these little pieces outside of just me sitting in front of a camera and hitting record, right? That actually goes into creating a business. And those are all of the things that we want to help you with. And I am determined to build each and every one of them. So yeah, that's my role here, and I'm excited to see you guys here.
One thing I've found is that whenever I'm pursuing a vision, things, as I mentioned, don't always look amazing. They're pretty dirty and messy, and all types of problems pop up every now and then, and that's okay. And what I've learned to do is to embrace the unknown, to embrace the difficulty, and to persevere through that. And it could be something as simple as, the paint wasn't done, or they forgot to do the outlets on this wall, or it could be something as dramatic as I broke my back and I need a life-threatening surgery in 48 hours. And sometimes when you're on the way to the vision, it doesn't look like how you envisioned it. And to be completely frank with you, if I can be vulnerable, this, what we're standing in right now, isn't even my grander vision. My vision is so much bigger. I have plans for a 12,000 square foot facility in the heart of Wynwood. And I know it's gonna cost us close to $20 million to build that building. And it would be easy to stand in this space and get discouraged because it's not what I envisioned. But there's power in stepping stone opportunities, and sometimes you have to build those because it's those stepping stones, those lily pads, so to speak, that get you to catapult into the next trajectory. And sometimes you gotta start small, and that's okay. Start where you are, just don't get stuck. Make the move.